Welcome back. We're out on location this week. It's raining, there's a duck on my foot, so let's get inside and see how some of the dogs are getting on with their owners. Now, a dog's got to do what a dog's got to do. But sometimes the dog's behavior can be a trifle irksome, so we have to find a way of showing them how to act like dogs without upsetting us. In a moment, we're going to talk about behavior problems. But before we do, let's see how our pups amuse themselves at home. Gizmo obviously enjoys a musical interlude. There's nothing like a little tinkle on the ivories. Tess, on the other hand, prefers to spend the afternoon with the paper, while Shogun likes to help around the house. And Ginty, well, Ginty has a lot of hobbies.
The things she enjoys most are the things I shouldn't encourage, like digging in the water bowl. And it's quite hard to think of something that she really enjoys that isn't wicked. She can't wait to get into any drop of water that's around, like around the bottom of the bird bath or even the top of the bird bath. When I wash the car, she goes straight into the bucket of water and takes the sponge out and then jumps in with both her front feet into the bucket to dig the water out. She's a bit of a gardener. I can't do any gardening while she's around because she's into it immediately to help. She gets straight in. As soon as you look at a plant, she deadheads it for you and then rolls on it. The rockery did suffer rather badly the first week. And the lawn is also suffering rather. She's dug about 5 holes in the lawn, I think, so far.
Lots of things dogs do, which may seem perfectly normal and natural to them, are simply not on when they're living at home with us. Doggy activities like soiling the house, chewing the furniture, barking incessantly, and digging the lawn really have a way of getting people riled up. But dogs all do it. Now, it wouldn't be fair, it would hardly be possible to stop the behaviors altogether, but you can channel them so they don't upset you. Hey, nice action. But dig that terrier. Glad that's not my garden.
Murphy's digging is a problem. It's a problem, I think, shared by most puppy owners. I don't quite know how to stop it because very often it's difficult to catch him at it. You just sort of have the evidence when he's got a filthy, dirty paw track coming in on the carpets, and then you realise that he's been somewhere that he shouldn't have been, and then you go out and you have to search all the way around the garden and find the hole, and then drag him over to the hole and say no, by which time, of course, you've lost it. He's forgotten that he's done it.
That dog hasn't forgotten. This is Murphy's lifetime's work. Dogs are born diggers. They dig sleeping hollows for comfort. They dig dens for their puppies when they're pregnant. They dig to escape from the boredom of confinement. They dig up worms, bulbs, and roots to eat. They dig to hunt moles, rats, and mice. They dig to bury bones. And then they dig them up again. So obviously Murphy hasn't forgotten. But look at Murphy. Why do you think he's digging now? He's doing it for recreation. It's fun. And who's going to be a killjoy?
Oi! You, come here. Come on. What's that? What's that? Hey? That's a no-no, hey? Right? No-no. Yes. You know. Old terror. Hey? Ah!
What on earth's the point of filling it in, Ian? He'll be back again tomorrow. Same time, same place.
You are not my friend at the moment. Not if you're going to do that. Hey? Yes.
Different place, different time, same hobby.
I found that the more I tried to stop her, the more she goes into it, and that it seemed better to ignore her at the cost of the lawn.
Come on, off the hole. Come on. Ginty. Ginty.
Because the more I went near her, the more excited she got about it, and the worse the hole got.
Hey, Ginty, did you do that? Did you do that? Did you dig that hole? Are we talking to you? Ooh. No, we're shaking her head. I guess Ginty didn't do it, right?
I guess she's a fibber.
She's a fibber? Well, how do you know that Ginty dug the hole?
Because I saw her do it, unfortunately.
Ah, caught in the act.
Yes.
Caught in the very act of digging. So what did you do?
I came out and told her no. And I tried to take her away from it, whereupon she immediately goes back into it again. Doing! Straight back.
Okay,
This is much more fun than doing as you're told. I'm going to dig it a bit deeper.
Now here's a real simple rule. Dog's doing something that you don't like, and you try and put a stop to it. And you say, dog, no, stop. And then the dog goes back and does it again. What we know is that what you thought was a reprimand, the dog thinks is a big joke.
Great joke, yes.
And in effect, what you're doing is you are training the dog to dig holes. The dog's probably out in the garden thinking, oh, it's boring out here. What can I do? I know, I'll get Mum out. And sure enough, out you come. Ginty, no, no, don't do that. I got Mum out here, good. You see? So you can always judge, was it effective? And in that case, I would say
It was definitely
no.
not effective.
Okay. So what you got to do is up the ante a little. I mean, this is a very nice garden, and I would get very upset if a dog of mine dug a hole here. And that's exactly what I would do. I would just rant. I wouldn't lay a finger on the dog. You don't have to, but I'd just turn around and say, that really makes me upset, and storm inside and bang things and make a noise, get a reaction out of the dog, and then turn around and say, hi, Ginty, come here, sit, good girl. Then don't let the dog back in that situation again where it can be out here to even start
But
digging
if
the
she's
hole.
playing out in the garden,
It's
I
not.
mean, if I'm busy cooking in the kitchen, I don't necessarily want to spend the time out in the garden with her, and it seems a shame for her to stay in if it's decent weather. And
I would say the question to ask is, do you want holes in the garden?
no.
No. Then I would never allow the dog out in the garden on its own, because it's going to get into trouble. I mean, look at this garden. Boy, if I were a dog, I'd dig one right over there. I think that's a nice place.
Yes.
A young puppy, it can't be. This is like a 3-year-old child. You wouldn't allow them in the living room. You wouldn't allow them in the medicine cabinet on their own. They'll get into trouble.
It
So
just
you've
seems
got-
a shame to keep them in.
At the moment. But the point is, if you keep a little watch on Ginty now and establish a few rules about the garden, there's a lifetime of freedom ahead. If this dog develops a digging habit, it's not going to be around for much longer. Not in this garden, anyway. Ginty, hey, thank you very much. Okay, what we need here is a chew toy really quickly. If you have a chew toy around, we need something for Ginty's jaws. Oh, rubber ring. Well, there we go. Nice, there we go. Yes, good, yes, good dog. Yes, it's very good. Better than grass, isn't it? So the main thing is we want to set a precedent now, rules for the future. And we want to watch Ginty as much as possible, praise the dog when it's chewing the right objects. We need lots of chew toys outside. And if it starts digging, we've got to stop it right away. What Ginty's telling me is she likes digging. So I would think, why be a killjoy about this? Let's build her a little digging pit down the garden, and we can go and we can bury things there like a squeaky hedgehog and
Yes.
a few little food treats, and take her out there and say, hey, dig in your digging pit. Of course you can dig over there, not in the middle of the lawn. It's not the fact that the digging is wrong, it's just it's an inappropriate place right here, right next to this lovely bit of York stone. You know, it's not what you would call the right place to dig. So you decide where's a nice place for Ginty to dig. Say, over in that corner over there, looks like a nice digging area. Let's build a little digging pit for her. Then we teach her how to use it. Get a cow's femur, okay, from the butcher with some meat on it. Bury that, let her find it. I guarantee now, if she digs holes in the garden, say out of 10 holes, 9 of them will be over there. She'd be a fool to dig over here. What's she going to find here? Slugs, bulbs? I mean, you know, in 1849, everyone rushed to California, right? The gold rush. They didn't rush to, you know, Hampshire. We didn't find gold in Hampshire. There wasn't a gold rush. So when we have one big find over there, the dog will not forget that.
Ginty, no. No.
Good dog. Pray straight away. There's a good dog.
Good girl.
Now, where's your digging pit going to be?
Come on, up here.
Where's it going to be?
Come on, up here.
Let's lead her away. Come.
Ginty, up top.
Hey.
Come on.
Good dog. There's a good dog. ball, not the trout. There's a bone in here. Good dog, there's a bone.
Where's your bone? Where's it gone? Here. What's in here?
We're going to end up digging. Down
What's
up
in
here.
there?
There's a good dog.
Dig him out.
We dig like this, silly dog.
It's much better to do it with your nose.
Good dog, Ginty. That's a good dog. That's a good dog, good dig. Oh, good dig in your digging pit. Who's a good dog then? Yes, it's a good dog. So what I'd do is I'd make the point of hiding something there really nice, like squeaky hedgehog. Okay? You don't want toys all over the place. Good dog, Ginty, good dog. Now this is the gold strike phenomenon. We found a bone once. There must be
bigger one
another
under
one. Yeah. So we keep digging. Good dog, Ginty. So this is better than right in the middle of the lawn, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I would say so.
So if I catch her digging, I bring her up here.
You say, go to your digging pit, okay? And we always want something on you to bury. Good dog, Ginty. That's beautiful. It's a very impressive dog. That's amazing. Shall we bury it again? Look, we'll play the little game. We'll put it in here and we'll cover it up. There we go. Yes, cover it up. Good dog, good dog. Whoa, we found it again. There's a good dog. So, you know, bury it, just a little
I'll
food
bring
tree.
you up tomorrow and tell you I've got 10 holes in the lawn.
Well, you shouldn't have.
And a
because
very uncertain dog because she hasn't found a bone yet.
It's got confidence problems. Well, I don't keep burying it here. What happened? I don't remember burying Squeaky Hedgehog. Yeah, it could give a dog a complex, I guess, so we won't worry about that. That's not bad, Ginty. That's a good dog. Let's play that game again. I enjoyed that. Oh, yeah, there we go. Good dog. And this is better because
Good
she can
girl,
praise the dog for acting
Good
like a
girl.
dog now. Doesn't she look happy? Look at that dog. Dismantle that digging pit. Take it away, buddy. Good dog. You don't have to be a regular at Tony's pub to know about Tess's favourite pastime.
We have a problem with demolition of three-piece suites and beds and things.
Where's this? I mean, like over the whole house, or...?
Yes.
Wherever takes your
Yes.
fancy.
Wherever she can go, get in.
I remember talking to a lady many years ago about her dog that peed on a bed. And I said to her, I said, well, I got a solution for this. And she said, what? And I said, well, shut the bedroom door. The frightening thing was she said, yes, I think that's a rather good idea. So, I mean, the point of this is, if she has to be unsupervised, she's obviously got to be confined in an area where she can't do much damage. So what we got to do is to reevaluate our lifestyle. And if we are a mucky pup and we're leaving socks on the floor and things like this, it's not good news. You've got to pick up pencils, pens, books, paperwork, and basically sterilize the area where she's going to be left. Just choose one room. And then what we're going to do is we're going to leave some chew toys for her to play with. But we aren't going to do just that because we're smart, right? And we realise she can't read.
Right.
So if we give her a chew toy and she can't read, this is a chew toy for a dog to chew on, we have to teach her, this is for you to chew. So one nice way we can do that, we can get a couple of chew toys I like, and I'll show you later. We can get some bones, some big, strong marrow bones, which have been sterilised, so they're okay for indoors, and we stuff them with things. So we try and think like Tess, and we stuff them, and the art of stuffing a chew toy, it really is an art. You're going to get some things and then jam them down the middle so they will never come out. Then you put some things inside which will come out if the dog has worked on the chew toy after a while.
Right.
Then you put some treats in there which will drop out as soon as she touches it. So she comes up to this bone or this hollow ball, and she notices it, immediately she gets a treat, and she thinks, it's a pretty neat thing to do, you know, touch this with your nose and you get a treat. That never happened when I nosed the bed that way, or his socks. And then she works on it for a while, another treat comes out, and another one. And then she uses her superior bloodhound nose, and she knows there's another treat in there, but she can't get it out. And she will work on that, and work on that, and work on that, until she falls asleep. And then being a good dog, she'll sleep most of the day. And then the same thing will start again about 4 in the afternoon when she starts to get active again in the evening. So again, it's just normal dog behaviour. And what we've got to do is, rather than, say, corking the volcano and saying, puppy, you'll never chew again in this town, what we do is we'll say, of course you can chew. In fact, you chew these objects. And in fact, we're going to make these much more enjoyable than anything you can find around here worth chewing. Slippers, which I believe you have chewed. Well, I tell you, this is a chew toy. This is a treat. Put the treat in the chew toy. Give the chew toy to the dog. Thank you. Offer the slippers. Slippers refused. Good. It's nice to have a good house dog to warn you when strangers are about. But who needs to know when the vacuum's coming?
Ian, a lot of our problem is with Chico. What are you laughing at?
Because it's going to be funny. I know it's going to be funny.
At all.
Sorry, it's not funny.
It's not funny at all. Training a puppy is
It's
rather
very serious.
difficult when you've got an older dog. A much older dog that is set in his ways. Like the barking at the door, for example. And Chin will not stop barking until he's had enough fuss.
Well, do you like these ways in which your dog is set, as we put it? I mean, do you want to change the barking
I
at the door?
can't change Chin.
Yes, you can. Of course you can.
How can I change Chin
Well,
for
if
barking at the door? You say they
we
can
can-
bark on demand, but
We can teach him shush. We can, and to help that out, we can teach him to bark, you know, when we say so, which makes it easier to teach him to shush because he didn't want to bark in the first place. But we can just start off. We'll try and get him to bark now, and if he barks, then we'll have him shush, then we'll have him bark again.
I'd
Then
like to
shush,
see you
have him
try.
bark again. And then I think
I'd
you will
like
see
to
me try.
You try and stop Chin
Fine.
from barking.
Okay, then
That I'd like to see.
your wish is my command. First thing you need is an accomplice to ring the doorbell to trigger the dog to bark.
Good dog, speak. Good boy. Who's that? Good boy. Who's that? Good dog. Good dog is a good dog. Good
Once the dog barks, you can tell it to shush.
Good dog. Come on, speak more. Speak. Speak. Good dog. And Chin, shush. Shush. There's a good dog. There's a good dog. Good shush. Very good shush. Good dog. Good shush. Good dog. Chin, speak. Speak. Good dog. Good wolf. Good dog. Come on, good dog. Whoa, 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 whoa. Speak. Good dog. Chin. Shush. Shush, Chin. Oh, that's a good shush. Good shush. He's a very good dog. It's very impressive. There's a good dog. Shh. No, you can't join in, Chico. There's a good dog. There's a good dog. Speak. Good dog. Good dog. And shush. Really nice if you put a hand signal to this. Shh. So, for example, if the dog starts barking because it's at the top of the stairs and he needs his taxi down, and you're on the phone, Chin, shh. You don't have to shout, shut up, you know, into the phone, which upsets people. You ready for one more? You get this if you speak. Chin, speak. 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 Good dog, speak. 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 Good dog. Good dog. Good dog. And shush. Shush. Good dog. Now, this is really interesting with Chin because what he's slipped into is what we call a learning to learn mode. He knows something's up, but he doesn't know what it is yet. So he thinks, let me run a few tricks by them and see if they want this. And obviously, that, you know, this is the one that's paid off best in the past because it's a very cute thing to do. Okay, so that's why he will do that. In training, you'll often find the dog's favorite trick or the last taught trick comes out. And once you've taught him to speak, he will now put this in. You'll say, Chin, sit, and he'll go, woof, woof. And no, shush. I meant sit. And so always the last trick will come out here. That's very good. You want another one? All right. Chin, speak. 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 Good dog. Good dog. Speak. Speak. Who's there? Who's there? Good dog. And shush. There's a good dog. Now, he obviously likes a bit of social facilitation, me joining in. It seems a little weird today. There's so many people in his living room. He thinks, well, so someone else is outside. Big deal. Chin, speak. 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 Good dog. Good dog. Good dog. Speak. Speak. Good dog. Chin, shush. Shush. Good shush. Very good dog. That was impressive. Truly impressive. And shush. Shh. Good dog. Chin, come here. Chin. Come here. Good dog. Where's a good dog? Chin, speak. 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 Good dog. Speak. 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 Go on, speak. 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 Woo, woo, woo. Speak. Woo, woo, woo. Good dog. Shush. Shush. Good shush. Very good shush. You want one last go? We'll try and make a really good one, okay? Chin. Shush. Fooled you. Chin, speak. Chin, speak. Speak. Oh. Good dog. Speak. Good dog. Go on, speak. Speak. Chin, speak. Speak. Good dog. And shush. Shush. Chin, shush. Hey, hey, hey. Shush. Shush, 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 shush. Good dog. That's a good shush. Good shush. Good shush. That's a good shush. Good dog. Okay, now what I'm doing here is I'm holding the food right on Chin's nose and saying shush. Okay, so I'm going shush, putting the food on the nose, but I'm not giving it. Because if Chin sniffs the food, then we won't woof. It's very difficult to sniff and woof at the same time. You choke. Okay? Let's try it one more time, shall we? Speak. Good dog. Speak. Good dog. Woo, 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 woo. Good dog. Good dog. Chin. Shush. Good dog. Shush. Good dog. And after you've said shush, it really helps if you do things. Chin, sit. There's a good dog. And shush. Oh, you want to beg? That's fine. Good dog. Shush. Good dog. Take it. And by asking Chin to do things like come here, sit, Chin has to keep its mind on what he's doing so we can't bark as well. So I think it's great that the dog barks and the doorbell rings, but let's say it's someone you want to get in quickly because it's someone standing out in the rain. Say it's me standing out in the rain. Yeah. I don't want to have to stand up there for 10 minutes until this dog shuts up. I want you to say, hi, Ian, come in, mate. Oh, Chin, shush. And the dog's quiet.
Which is what we need
Yeah.
to do.
At other times, though, in the middle of the night, when you're asleep and there's a weird noise and Chin goes, ah! I think that's wonderful. Yeah. And you can keep on until what that's saying there is, there's a dog in this house, so don't even think of coming in. And they don't. And it really is a wonderful burglar alarm. But it is a burglar alarm like the electronic burglar alarms. You should have an on switch and an off switch.